what I'd like to do is have everybody introduce themselves. This is the Land Use Committee meeting, Mendon Land Use Committee, and it's October 11th, 2022. And I'm Ann Mazar, I'm the chair, and I'm representing the Community Preservation Committee. Elena, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Elena Brugos. I'm representing the select board, and I'm still pretty new to this.
Barry?
Barry Adirola, planning board representative.
Frank?
Frank Nero, member of the Land Use Committee.
Peter? I think Peter might be having some technical difficulties. So,
Usually calls in.
yeah. We'll see if he calls in. And then we have guests, Dennis and Heather LaPlante. So why don't, maybe we can pick up Dennis and Heather's questions at the beginning so they don't have to sit through the whole meeting if you don't want to. And so it sounds like you're interested in some sort of senior housing in Mendon.
Yes.
Yeah.
I read their email that they had sent to the planning board. It seems like they're interested in something on an over 55 basis.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know, where we had talked about something down at the senior center on the land down there.
Yep.
I know that we have a proposal in front of the planning board right now where the driving range is, and the land goes back to Washington Street. Kevin Meehan is proposing to do some over 55 housing back there, but has to be some stuff done at town meeting and stuff to make that happen. So that's a ways out. But you know, I'd say probably if that were to pass, maybe 5 to 8 years before that's developed and done, realistically.
Okay.
oh.
I was just going to say that's good news just to hear that, you know, there's a consideration to have something.
Yeah, there's the other piece that he's talking about is on 52 Providence Street. The town owns land there, and we've been working like the last 8 years trying to put together some kind of affordable housing units there. And in order to do affordable housing, it's not profitable for most developers, so you have to do a lot of the groundwork. And you know, we're hoping to have several units that are ADA accessible and just, you know, kind of mixed unit, but to have it done well so that it's, you know, attractive and the low impact development. And so we're in the works of that, and hopefully the RFP will go out in the next couple months. Because the Community Preservation Fund has a category for affordable housing. And so there is money to work towards that. So I would say those are two things that that we're working on.
Okay, well, that's something. That sounds good. 55 plus, you know, I mean, that's what we're looking for. But anything that seems like we're moving in that direction has got to be good for the community. I mean, the you know, our age group is increasing, you know, and we need to try and offer something so that people can stay here. We love this community.
You're not alone. You know, a lot of people are in your situation, and there's also the younger end for people that want to stay here, and it's hard for them because it's so expensive, you know, to buy. But
and this is Peter Coffin, and I don't know if anyone's working on it, but I would be an advocate for more accessory apartments. If you've got a legitimate septic system to add on 1 or 2 bedrooms, it's often doable, and it would keep the look of the character of the community. And I know a lot of towns are going that way. In California, I think it's by right. You're going to be allowing 2 units on a lot. So we need to start thinking about it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Right now, we don't have an affordable housing coordinator. We have Bill McHenry, who used to be it, and he's like volunteering his time to help us with this 52 Providence project. But the Central Mass Regional Planning Commission is trying to put together a regional coordinator for like 3 towns. And so once we have a person in, that'll be very helpful, you know, because they'll have the expertise and know what grants to write for and things like that. So,
Some bylaws would have to be changed in the town of Mendon. Right now, town of Mendon doesn't allow more than one building on a lot. So that'll be coming up at town meeting. So attendance at town meeting and voicing your, you know, what you're looking for would help.
yeah,
You know,
good point.
A lot of people feel they don't want the town to change and they want things like that. But if you feel that it's something you're interested in, then obviously you should attend the meeting and voice your approvals or your concerns.
Okay, we will plan to. We want to somehow find updates and, you know, what's going on.
Well, we used to have the town crier, but Al Holman passed away, and now the town crier is not being printed anymore. But the town crier always had the warrant in it and always had the
Right.
articles in it and everything else.
Right,
Unfortunately, if you don't go to the town website and look at the town website, then all the information is actually on there online.
Actually, Elena, how are you distributing the warrant to people? Are you mailing it out or do you know?
I don't know yet. So,
Mhm.
yeah, maybe we're yeah, talking about the warrant tomorrow night again. So
Mhm.
yeah, I guess this will be the first time since the town crier is not an option.
Yeah.
Mm,
Um,
It's
yeah,
a
I'm
big
not sure.
loss.
Yeah,
It's a big
definitely.
loss.
Mhm. So, yeah, but town meetings are important and, yeah, and bylaws. Yeah, and that would give people a lot more flexibility. And the thing is that we want to have it done well because people like are afraid of affordable housing. But if it's done well, I mean, you know,
Right.
it would suit so many people and be a good thing.
right, good. All right. All right, well, thank you.
Okay,
You're
great.
Thank you for this opportunity to be here.
Yeah, and if you have any ideas, call us, or if you have any questions, you know, email or call.
Okay, great, will do.
All right.
Come back
Thank you.
anytime.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, we will. All right,
Bye-bye.
bye.
All right. So,
So I mentioned the
you-
minutes earlier, Ann.
oh, yes, okay.
The question that I had was, in the beginning, it talks about we made a motion to waive the reading of the minutes. I believe we had accepted the minutes and approved them at that meeting also, no?
Yeah, we did.
We just didn't read them, so I think we should amend the minutes to state that we'd approved the minutes.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, based on that, then I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as amended.
Okay.
Motion seconded by Peter.
All right. Any discussion?
I thought they came out good, other than the fact that we had that omission.
Okay. You got that? Do you have that, Frank?
Yep, got the motion.
I think right now it seems fine if you want to just leave your speaker on, you know, I don't think we're having any sound issues, but, all right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Lena?
Am I a voting member? I actually did not see the minutes.
You are
So,
definitely a voting member.
oh, okay.
Okay,
Well, I did not see the minutes.
all right, so you can abstain if you want. We still have
Yeah,
a
I'll
majority
abstain.
here. Okay.
When were they sent out?
They were
I
in the
sent it-
email for this meeting.
Mhm.
They were
I
attached
try
to
to
the email for the meeting.
Yeah, I try to send out the draft minutes after when I get them, and then with the agenda, I try to send them out. So there, it was probably below the agenda.
Okay, I didn't actually get an email from you about this. I just saw the meeting
Hmm.
posted on the website.
Do you, I sent it to your town email. Should I send it to another email?
No, that the town email should
Okay,
work. I
All right.
don't know, maybe I know I've gotten lots of emails from you, but the last one I got was a few weeks
A lot
ago.
of times, Ann will send an email. If somebody replies to it, then her email gets shifted down the bottom, and you have to battle through it to get back to her originally.
Okay, let me just,
I'll double check on that.
okay,
But,
okay.
all right, but I think we're all set with those minutes anyways. Then, let's see, I had a thing on the agenda about the land stewards, and none of the land stewards are here, but they're definitely active and very helpful, and we're responding to the emails. You know, and all the different properties, they're helping out. We have some new people also that are helping out in Inman Hill, and they were saying some trees were down. And I think that, I mean, like with the volunteer land stewards, we don't really want them using chainsaws, but if they, you know, they can move those trees out of the way, I think of the trails. We have another person that is a water management expert, and so she's been checking out the different weeds on Inman Pond to kind of guide us on what we should do, you know, move forward on that. We're gonna have a new open space in the Applewood subdivision, and Moritz Schmidt has been super helpful about making sure that the developers put the signs in the right locations and marked the borders correctly. So it's just really great that we have these people all helping out. But I just kind of wanted to invite them to the meeting in case they had any questions or something to say, but it looks like they don't so much. Wait 1 second. Thanks. But it was, oh, so the one thing that I had sent out to you, did you get the email on the hike challenge? Did you get that, Elena? Maybe somehow you were left off the email. I don't know. You should be on the land use email, but anyways.
Was that the one about the Boy Scout patch? And there was like 50, or there was quite a lot of responses to it, right?
Yeah, people really like this idea. So in Upton this fall, they're doing this hike challenge. So they had like 10 different trails in Upton you could hike, and if you do 6 of them, then you get a certificate and your name is on the website for the hike challenge and everything. And so they're doing it right now, but they've had a positive response for it. And some of the suggestions that people had were like, that if you do it, then you get like a patch. So if you're like a scout, then you know, could get a patch to put on your, you know, sash that you wear or whatever. And then, you know, other people, I guess, apparently like to collect these also. So what did you all think about that idea? And the idea of it's to, you know, just get to people to see that we have trails and we have this open space, because we need people to know that it's important to set aside land, but if they don't know it's there, then they're not going to support it. So
I love the concept. I have a hard time spending our limited budget on patches for getting people to walk the trails, although I wholeheartedly support stewardship. But it seems to me it would be a no-brainer to get a small community health grant and let somebody else organize, or someone who's into walking trails. Like you scored big time with the guy on the mountain bikes. It's their passion, so let them follow their passion on our trails. So I don't know if we can find someone to take the lead on that. Sound like there are a lot of people who are willing to do it. So
there are a lot of people interested. So, I mean, I don't mind helping organize that. Patches, I don't think the patches would be that much money, you know, to make some. I mean, we could look into that, but I mean, that would really be the only expense for the project. It would be like posting it on Facebook and doing something on the website. I'd want to work with Dan Byer and, you know, Parks and Rec, but, and I suppose, we don't have to go to the select board for that or anything, do we?
I shouldn't think so. Although, what line item in our budget do we take patches out of? Stewardship?
Supplies?
I don't know if we have a budget item for that, but
yeah, supplies. I mean, our budget, you know, is for the maintenance and, you know, taking care of the properties. And I don't know, it seems in line of that, you know, you're helping people in town appreciate the open space that we have and promoting it. But I mean, we don't have to do patches. It just seemed like they kept on coming up in the emails. People were really into these patches. So I thought, well, because you could do like the town seal, something like that, and then just have like 2022, you know, Mendon Hike Challenge or something like that.
I think it sounds like a great idea. I mean, I've often thought a lot of people don't really know all of the trails that we have in Mendon. And so it would just be nice to get a little bit of buzz about
Mhm.
it. But I have no idea of how much a patch would cost. But I
I
do
have a-
wonder if any like businesses would be interested in like, I don't know, sponsoring it or donating it. I know a number of the town businesses are, I don't know, they were very active with like the Rock the Block event donating.
Mhm.
I mean, this is a comparatively small ask if there isn't sufficient money in the budget.
That's a good point. Yeah, yeah, especially if we had like a sports store in town. We don't really have that, but but that's a good idea.
My only concern would be flooding the woods with people in the fall during hunting season. You know,
Yeah, I
Sundays
wouldn't
aren't,
do it.
Sundays aren't a problem, but you know, I mean, like we were discussing the seasons earlier, right? I mean, from October to New Year's.
Yeah, I was
it's-
thinking
it's
spring.
safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Any spring, summer, even the fall up to mid-October.
Yeah.
Or
I'll-
Sundays. I mean,
Yep.
the biggest thing is, you know, safety.
Absolutely. No, that's a
Yeah.
good point. Well, I think what I'll probably do is maybe organize an email to the people that have expressed interest, and I'll include you all on it so that if we have a meeting, you can attend and
Yeah.
see what comes out of it. The funny thing in the master plan survey, one of the things people wanted were like more trails, but I think they don't realize that there's trails there, you know what I mean? So this is, I thought would help with that, you know?
Something that I sort of wondered about at some point about would be like making like like a little like a passport for the trails, like get a stamp, stamp each one that you've gone to. But I don't know how that would be to implement either.
Yeah, I mean, that would be cute, especially for kids, you know?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it'd be the honor system, you know, you're not gonna monitor everybody that's doing the trails, but I mean, if you're gonna do that, I imagine you're gonna, hike
Yeah,
the
I mean,
trails, so.
Yeah, I'm sure you could come up with a way to like, get a picture of you at the top and we'll give you a stamp. But
Yeah,
anyhow, that would be some work to implement.
yeah. All right, well, so we'll move forward with that and see how it goes. I mean, there's a couple things that I'll mention to you, which I've mentioned before, but on 8 Morrison Drive, where the police station shell is, that's not a police station. The town owns that land. It's where the fire station is. The select board has approved for us to survey off a chunk of, it's like 2 acres, maybe 3 acres, and that connects to the Applewood open space. And I think it'll be really nice. And so we should be able to, once Applewood transfers the land to the town, then we can move forward with a conservation restriction on that property. So that's been moving forward, which is nice. And I don't know, the other thing I'll mention is did you all see the Route 16 slideshow and what they're proposing?
I saw the email and some of the intersections, the plans, the lights at Hartford Ave West, the lights at Washington,
Yeah, and lots of bike trails and sidewalks, which I thought was great.
redoing the intersection at Millville. I know the project that Meehan was proposing, he was talking of putting a rotary at Millville
Mm-hmm.
at the entrance of the shopping center and stuff like that. I didn't see that on that plan, but I think they're in discussions on that. I know they're doing a rotary right now up at 16 and 146. That's moving along.
16 and 146, like in Uxbridge?
Yes,
Ah,
yep, it's halfway completed now
huh.
because of the new Amazon facility up there.
Ah, yeah, that's a good, yeah, because that's gonna bring in a lot more traffic. I see, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because there's not usually much traffic there, but then, yes, there will be
Right.
traffic.
Right,
Mhm.
so doing a 2-lane rotary at that point at the gas station, and if this project goes through at that point of the project, will keep traffic moving.
Mhm.
They have a few of them in Norfolk that really work out well. I don't know
Yep.
if you've been down in that area at all. But
Yeah.
it keeps everything moving.
Yeah, I agree. Well, they will probably have another public hearing. Was that public hearing during a planning board meeting? It was a separate meeting, wasn't it?
It was not during the planning board meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was away during that hearing. But
All right,
just
does
the
any-
just the traffic lights at Hartford Ave West and Washington Street will help alleviate a lot of problems.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't get out of you can't get out of either one of them,
Mm-hmm.
during the course of the day.
Yeah, I know. It is pretty incredible how much more traffic there is now, especially once 146 connected with 90 and,
Oh, yeah.
you know, and more houses and everything, but,
Well, Northbridge and Uxbridge are booming as far as construction goes,
yeah.
you know. And
Mm.
we're a pass-through town right now. People just passing through on their way to work and coming back. Either
Yeah.
going to 495 or wherever they're going.
Yep.
My major concern, there's nothing that can be done with it, is during construction, it's going to be a mess. And that's probably going to be a year and a half, so
Yep.
I'm tempted to move out of town for a couple of years.
But no
I'll
matter
do my
where you
shopping
go,
in
there's
Uxbridge.
construction. No matter where you go, you know,
Yeah.
it's from April until October or November, till the plant shuts down, there's construction. And it's part of life. I mean, they just did 109 down in Medway to Millis and came out beautiful.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, people put up with it for 3 years, but the result keeps the traffic moving. It's incredible. How
Mm-hmm.
it's done. So yeah, you're inconvenienced for a little while, but the end result is well worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Just have to do the back roads.
Yeah, maybe people will find other routes and not come through Mendon, you know, for a while.
That would be interesting.
So I don't have anything else. Does anybody have anything?
Well, if we covered it all, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right, when the next meeting, let's see, wait. Why don't we put the next meeting in the minutes so we have that?
Yep. We talking the 8th?
I think it's, November 1st.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's coming up quick.
yeah. Well, oh, I guess there is one thing I want to mention. Barry, you saw the email and Peter Coffin. If you could walk with Alan Greenberg along those boundaries and take pictures and then come back to the committee and let us know. You know, you probably wouldn't have the information until like December, but, and then Peter, if you could do the George Street boundary.
I can do George Street if you or he gives me an email to set up an appointment. Yes, at his convenience.
Yeah, he's gonna be busy till like the beginning of November, so it wouldn't be until the beginning of November. And the borders, they're not that long, but I think Peter, it'd be good if you did Gaskill, because you own that house there. And then Barry, you just know the woods.
Yeah, it's not a problem. What did we do behind Pisano's? Did we put any signage back in there or?
I haven't heard any complaints, yeah, you know, so I
mean,
guess,
where Peter Hawks is doing the fields and stuff, was there any signage put where the town
We
owns
didn't-
that property? Or
he
is it
put,
just the
no,
signs just in the woods?
we didn't put any signs around his house. He put trees
And
up
we don't
along,
need to, right? Because he
Right.
understands where it is. So, and he's being good about not mowing or.
So where do
Hopefully.
the signs start? At Tisha Lowe's?
yes, except
Oh.
for I think there's stone walls there. And
Yeah,
so
there are.
then, as you go down, it's only like maybe 3 or 4 properties that have a sign.
Did they go as far as Dunleavy's?
I
11,
don't know.
11 Inman Hill?
Is he a police officer?
Yes.
Well, there was one lot where the sign wasn't put right on the boundary.
Okay.
So when you go, you can let us know what that situation is. It
Alright.
might be his yard, I'm not sure.
All right. So I would say if they start at Tisha's and they go down past Dunleavy's, that's the end of There's one more property past Dunleavy down there on Blackstone Street, but I don't think he abuts the town land.
Right,
He'd be on the swamp.
okay.
You know, on the backside of Blackstone, there's a big swamp there,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't.
And if
see-
I, and if,
I don't see any
if I-
reason for signs there. That's private property, I believe, too.
okay. Once you guys set up times, I'll tag along if I am available, because I would like to see where the boundaries are too, but I just,
Have them send me an email. I would like to do that during the hours of, like 11 to 2,
okay,
because after 2, I'm in the woods, and before 11, I'm in the woods
okay.
in
All right.
November. Yeah, November's
Right.
It's prime time. It's not
Okay,
nothing I'm gonna give up to walk around and look at signs.
all right.
I'll be walking past a couple of my tree stands, actually.
Oh, okay. Check them out.
All right.
So,
I
okay,
made-
so,
I made a motion.
uh-huh. Someone second that?
Motion to
Second.
adjourn, yes, Peter seconds.
All right, all those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
So November
Aye.
1st.
Right,
Okay.
okay,
Have a
thank
good night.
you.
Yep.
Yep.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
night, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.